What's up, goodies? Welcome back to my channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today we are making a mean banana bread recipe in the kitchen, fast, easy and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not, and turn on the post notifications so you won't miss any other upload. And for all I'm returning goodie, on the don't know semi love on ready for cook. Come on, let's cook. Alright, goodie. Make a mean banana bread recipe in the kitchen, fast, easy and simple. Now, as you can see here, I'm using some overly ripe banana for the recipe. When I say overly ripe, I mean overly ripe, right? Now, I like to use my bananas this way because I know that my banana bread is going to have a wicked, sweet, original flavor. Now, if you don't want to go this drastic like me, of course you can use your banana that has some kind of a spot on it, but you don't want to use a banana that you just peel and eat because it's not going to be that sweet. Make sure that your banana is ripe, such as this, or for me, overly excessive amount of ripeness, right? Anyway, I went ahead and put it into my container, and to the container I'm going to add some white granulated sugar. No, you don't have to use white granulated sugar just like I did here. You can use brown sugar, any kind of a brown sugar of your choice, and you can use a cane sugar or any other sugar substitute. And again, if you don't want to use any form of a sugar, you could skip the sugar out. However, you want to be sure that your bananas are really sweet, and if that's the route that you're going to go, you want to use an excessive amount of overly ripe banana so that your banana bread will have the flavor of sweetness. Right now, I did use a fork to mash it up because we're old school, but you could mash it up any way that you want, of your choice that you want to use. But for me, I like to have chunks in my banana bread. Now to that, I'm going to add 2 large eggs. I did go ahead and remove the eye of the egg to the recipe, okay? Now, if you don't want to go ahead and just put it in the container just like I'm doing here, you could put it in a little container otherwise from that and beat it up right there and then pour the 2 eggs into the mixture. But for me, I got everything fast, easy and simple, right? Everything here, baby, is going to be fast, easy and simple. If you guys have been following me for a while, y'all know that I don't stay long in my kitchen, okay? Everything tastes nice and good, but I don't stay long in my kitchen. So now we're going in and we're combining the 2 eggs with our mixture here. And as you can see, I did not add any water to the recipe, okay? Now moving along, you're going to add some butter or margarine. That's going to be your choice. You can add vegan butter if you want, but just be sure that it's a little bit soft. Now, if you want, you could go ahead and kind of melt the butter. I'm using 3 tablespoons of butter here. And again, I'm going to list everything that I'm using for the recipe. It is going to be down below. So make sure, goodie, that you are following what I have down below, okay? I'm not going to walk you guys through exactly what I'm doing here, even though it's obvious here, noticeable, but make sure so you follow everything I'm gonna put down below. These are the right ingredients there, okay? Some of the things right there are eyeball, but don't eyeball it if you're doing it for the first time. Follow what I put down in the description box, all right? Now, we are going to go in with some milk here. I'm using almond milk. You could use any kind of a milk that you want to use. Go ahead and use that. I'm also going to add some cinnamon powder here. And as you can see, I did eyeball, right? And I'm going to add some nutmeg, and you can see also where I eyeball that too, but goodie, not eyeball your one. Please don't do it, okay? We're going to add some vanilla here because vanilla is a must-have when you're making a recipe such as this one. And then we're going to add a pinch of salt here, just a tad bit, to combine all the flavors together. And when you get done doing all of that right, so you're going to go ahead and mix this in. Just go ahead and mix that in, goodie, just like so. All right, perfect. Now another thing that I wanted to say to you guys, you could have also add the cinnamon powder to the flour and also the what do you call it, the baking soda, but no, me I do everything opposite right here. So now in here I'm adding 2 cups of flour, okay, 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And again, everything will be listed down below. And I did go in and add the baking soda. As you can see, I'm not using baking powder, we're using baking soda, okay. So again, goodie, this recipe is perfect if you're doing this for the first time, but make sure that you're following every single thing that I'm doing here to assure that you have the best banana bread recipe in your kitchen every time straight. Now go ahead and combine all the mixture in right here. Now this is a step here where you want to make sure that your oven is turned on, okay, because you want to only put this banana bread in the oven when your oven is nice and ready. Now your oven should be at a 350 degrees, and this does take about an hour to bake, nothing less than an hour. But you want to be sure that you test it with a toothpick to make sure that everything is nice and cooked before you take it out of the oven, okay? But it should be done within an hour. And the mixture should look pretty much like this, okay? Pretty much like this. If you are following the recipe like I'm showing you here, you shouldn't have no mess-ups. But follow the one down below, okay? All right, good. Make sure that you are, in fact, giving the video a thumbs up if you have made it to this far in the video or doing the recipe. Make sure that you thumbs it up, okay? So that will get pushed out to a wider audience. So now that everything is all combined, we're going to go in with our baking container here. All I'm doing here is spraying my cooking spray, a non-stick cooking spray, and I'm putting some parchment paper in the bottom just to make sure that it does not stick. Once I'm done baking this bad boy and I flip it upside down, I want it to come out nice and smooth without any stick. So I am going in with my non-stick cooking spray and I'm spraying really well at the corners to make sure that it doesn't stick on the corner either. Just like so. Now you can also use butter, you guys. You could use cooking oil, you could use a little bit of flour with the butter or the cooking oil, and that will work just fine. But for me, I like everything fast and simple. You guys know that already. So this is what I'm doing here. Now when I'm done with that, I'm just going to go ahead and pour everything in to my container just like so. That is perfect, you guys. That is how you want to have the consistency. If it's runny, then you may have done something wrong, okay? You don't want it to be too runny because it's not going to come together like it should. It's going to fall apart basically. So just go in and put everything in like so. And again, your oven goodie needs to be already at a 350 degrees. Please do not put this in an oven that is cold, or please do not put this in an oven that is 275, 250, 225. No, you want to put it in the oven when it says 350 degrees in heat only. All right. So after everything is all done here, I wanted to go in and do something extra because when I don't know say goodie, your girl is always extra in the kitchen. Okay, so it looks pretty much like that. Give it a nice slight little shake. I am going to add some organic coconut and almond granola to my banana bread. Now this is totally optional, okay? But because I want to have the flavor of some oatmeal and some almond and a little bit of coconut flakes on top, I decided to go in with this. Now if you don't want to use this, of course you could add just about anything else: almond nuts, peanuts, cashew nuts, any kind of a nuts that you like. Or if you just want to add some oatmeal on top, you could go ahead and add that on top. It doesn't matter what. Sunflower seed, whatever you want to add on there, you go ahead and add it on top. Or you could just leave it as is. It's going to come out nice. Now when I add mine on top, I never shake because I don't want it to sink into the mix. I just leave it just like that, okay? And put it in the oven at a 350 degrees, and baby, baked. The entire house smell good. Within an hour, you go back and you should have this. You are going to have the most perfect banana bread in your kitchen every single time. Trust me when I tell you. If you follow this recipe just like I'm sharing and showing you guys here, you can never go wrong. Don't mind the white ashy ends them, okay? because girl was washing her hands all the way through, right through, and clean up the kitchen, because I never cook anything in my kitchen if my kitchen is not clean. Okay, so that's why the hand them white and ashy. But focus on the banana bread. Alright, so look at that, y'all. Look at that. That's what I mean. Nice, beautiful, fluffy, perfect. You could still see little chunks of that banana in the banana bread. Look how nice that granola look on top of that. Perfect. I would suggest that you give this a try, you guys. Give it a try and tell me how you like it. Goodie. Tell the man up the road. Tell the girl down the street. Bring them come and send them come, because what? I'm waiting. And when I get done doing all of that, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!